I want to talk about here, or that I bought along with the Roxy Music album, the last video. Uh, Tubular Bells by Michael Oldfield. And I know that I think the first couple minutes of the first part of this is the theme for The Exorcist. This is an album that I found. Well, I got it at my local record store, Tunes, but it was an album that I had transferred from my radio station's vinyl collection. One of the first I did in my freshman year. And it's a really good album. Very, very relaxing album. And apparently this is owned by a guy named Machine. Okay, fair enough. Thanks for the album. So there's that. Uriah Heep, The Magician's Birthday. Uriah Heep are so popular when it comes to the used record section, which is sort of sad, but come on, send over all your Heep albums to me. Give them to a Heapster. That's what they call Uriah Heep fans, if you don't know. Great album. This was their follow-up to Demons and Wizards. And the last of those three that I bought sometime in December is It's Only Rock and Roll, Rolling Stones, their last album with Mick Taylor. This is a good album. I've owned this on CD for many years, but to have it on vinyl is very nice. And there's some things in here that I never noticed before because the cover is so big. This is what you get with vinyls, that the cover is huge instead of like CDs that small. With a CD, it's very small, so I never noticed that the illustration Mick Taylor has a hood on. I don't know what that's to sing, because the other guys are not hoods. So what does that mean? I'm leaving the band after this? Or I don't know. Okay, the next batch of records, I think I got after Christmas. I can't remember. It probably was after Christmas because I had all that money. There's 6 here. Some of them I already had on CD or digital or CDR. But these are the ones I got. Kiss, Alive 2. This is it's a good album. The only thing that bugs me about this one is that it's songs that it's all live. It's a sequel to their immensely successful live album, but it's all songs from their last 3 albums, Destroyer, Rock and Roll Over, and Love Gun. So you don't get to hear any Black Diamond or Hotter Than Hell, which I guess makes sense, but you know, it's nice to have. The gatefold, I know, is wonderful. I know there used to be a booklet with this, like the history of Kiss. I have this CD, which kind of replicates what came with the original vinyl. And I think it also came with tattoos and whatnot. Now, the thing that I did not notice about this album, and it makes me very upset, that it's warped. It's flattened, but for some reason, my turntable can play warped records. I mean, it's a little bent, but it can play them. It cost me $5. Now, if I had noticed that it was warped, I probably wouldn't have bought it, but I'll take it because it's just really nice to have. I don't know how it can play warped records on there. I don't know. It's a very strange record player here. Oh, I love the cover for this one. Draw the Line, Aerosmith. For many people, this is when it all went downhill for them. They made a bunch of great albums with Get Your Wings, Toys in the Attic, Rocks, which is my favorite of theirs. And then they came out with this one, and some people were really disappointed. I still think it's a good album. I mean, it's certainly not as great as Toys in the Attic or Rocks, but it's got some great... let's just say it's better than I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. Yeah, this whole album, better than that one song, or any of the newer Aerosmith crap that comes out. Their last album was, not really good. I think if they had cut it to about 8 or 9 songs and left the other half, which were all ballads, off the album, they would have had a good 40-minute album. I'm just saying. Deep Purple, Perfect Strangers. This is the big reunion album of the Mach 2 lineup from 1984. This is a good album. It's got Knocking at Your Back Door, Under the Gun, Nobody's Home, what else? Perfect Strangers. It's a pretty good album. And yeah, I'm really happy to have found this. Want to get it on CD or but vinyl, it's probably better. So it cost me $2. So there's that. The next two here are by Nazareth. Hair of the Dog. They're probably their best known album because of the title track and their cover of I think Roy Orbison's Love Hurts. But this has a bunch of other great songs. I've owned this for years, digitally on CD and on CDR. All the things I get digitally are on CDRs. But I mean, this has the title track, Miss Misery, Love Hurts, Changing Times, and I love Please Don't Judas Me. It's a great song, and this is a great album. And I believe it's turning 40 this year, so I'll have to spin this when the 40th anniversary comes up. So yeah, Nazareth. Hear the dog. Another Nazareth album. Oh, this one I don't have on any format. Expect No Mercy. This is one of their later albums from, I think it was, what does it say here, 1977. The album artwork says, the artwork was made in 10 years before that, 67. Expect No Mercy. This is a good album. Recently listened to it again, and there's some good songs on here. Gone Dead Train's good, the title track's good, Kentucky Fried Blues. What else? Shot Me Down I think is good. Yeah, they can make some really good albums, Nazareth. So there's that. And the last of them, another one that I transferred from the radio station. It's a vinyl copy, and it didn't come out all that great. One of the songs skipped, and when that happens, I stopped recording the album altogether. But I must have been out of the room when that happened. But luckily, I found another copy. They have a whole section of $1 vinyl albums, and it's usually, you know, really crappy albums. But I found this, Romeo Void. It's a Condition. This is their debut album. Really good album. Myself to Myself, White Sweater's good, Charred Remains. That was the one that skipped, but luckily this one's clean. I think I used my spin clean on this one. I don't know. I think I did. This is a good album. And if you haven't heard of Romeo Void, check them out. I talked about them in another video on my channel. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and see y'all later. Bye.